to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next on the agenda, we have our moment of silence, which has been our custom for many, many years for all of those serving here and abroad to return home safely to their families. And a roll call. Mr. Bierman?
Here.
Mr. Camerata?
Here.
Ms. Grover?
Here.
And Ms. Hockman and Mr. Carley are out. Just for the record, we're having the Board of Health meeting, which usually isn't very long, and then we go directly into the regular meeting. Next, we have the open public meeting statement. I'll read that aloud. In compliance with Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, notice of this meeting was given by way of annual notice filed with the Township Clerk, the North South Brunswick Sentinel, the Home News Tribune, and the Trenton Times, and posted on the bulletin board in the South Brunswick Township Municipal Complex on January 24th, 2024. Mayor, next on the agenda, we have the public portion. Is there a motion to open to the public?
Sure, we'll open it to the public.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Is there anyone from the public wishing to speak?
Okay.
Seeing none, is there a
motion to
motion?
close this public session for the Board of Health
The
meeting.
Board of Health.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Mayor, next on the agenda, we have the minutes of the Board of Health reorganization meeting that was held on Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024. Is there a motion to accept those minutes?
So moved.
Second.
And a roll call. Mr. Bierman?
Yes.
Mr. Camerata?
Yes.
And Ms. Grover?
Yes.
Thank you. Next, we have the health activities report that was on the agenda. If there are any comments on that or any discussion?
Not this time.
No?
Not at this time.
Okay. We have old business. There is one resolution. This was on the reorganization meeting. However, somehow there was no vote taken. So it's just ratifying the and establishing the board meeting dates. So if we can have a motion to adopt that resolution.
Let's adopt it.
Second.
And a roll call. Mr. Bierman?
Yes.
Mr. Camerata?
Yes.
And Ms. Grover?
Yes.
Mayor, next we have new business. There's nothing under new business unless there's anything to add.
Do I talk at which point?
We can go under, if you have any new business or.
Well, we
under-
wanted to give you a little briefing on what's going on.
Sure.
Sure.
Mayor, if there's no
Let's do it
objection.
now under new business. Thanks, Phil.
Okay. Les, as you probably know, can't make it tonight. But I want to just take a few minutes to bring you up to date on some of the things that we're doing. You all saw the activities report. You just mentioned it. One of the things we're asking that be done, instead of having it just month by month, that we have a carryover, because you'll see the activities of last month pending,
right.
pending, but we don't know the final resolution.
Right.
So we've asked the staff to do that so we can see from the beginning to the end what was the final resolution. Was there a summons?
Yep.
Was there a fine? Was there just education? Whatever it might be to resolve it. So that we want to modify for you, so that for all of us, so that we can see exactly what's going on. Also, you probably received this too, events for 2023 and 2024. Is that in your package? Okay. This is, we got this last week, and we decided, we asked Les to make sure that we're projecting, not just saying what happened. So that we want to have, as events are planned, that this is updated and given to you so that you see everything we're anticipating doing. Okay.
John, I just have one thing. Is it available on the website?
I don't know if it's been put on the
Let me
website.
check
We
it
can
out.
find out. Yeah, because one of the things that we're looking at is how to let the public know more about what programs are available for us.
Yeah.
Part of one of the programs, as you know, will be the CPR training program that
Yep, we have that
you
underway.
discussed that. We're looking at ways of publicizing that. I know the American Legion is going to put it up on their sign. We'll look into some public service announcements on that, the billboard
The
over on Route 1 there. And
Promenade, yeah.
so we're looking to do that. If we can figure out a way to get some of this out on our website on a regular basis, also work with the community center. Now, another way that I was going to mention, but it falls right into this, is on Fridays, the school system sends out a bulletin out to the parents. We had been promised in the past that they will be able to, on on occasion or on a regular basis with the stuff that's pertinent. I mean, we have thousands of people we can reach that way. So we talked to Les about that, and I said, just get the material over there as we need it. I think it's a great tool to be used to educate the parents, the kids about what's available for them in the community. So that's something that we want to do as needed, but hopefully at least 2 or 3 times a month.
Good.
So that's another way of reaching out. I had a meeting with the superintendent last year specifically on that issue, but we really haven't taken advantage of it as much as I would have liked to. Okay, just want to give you a little update on the status of some of the grant programs. I mentioned the CPR program. So that's the training in that is going to begin in a couple of weeks, the first sessions. But the other 2 main
John, I'm sorry, how many people have signed up for that?
Okay, the first, well, this, how they sign up. The first way is going to be if it's run at the American Legion for people, they're going to register at the American Legion.
Oh, so you, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Other than that, the first set's going to be at the mosque that's coming up. So the registration is being done with the administration there.
Okay.
After that, we want to be able to set up something. We talked to Les about it at Monday's meeting, so that people can go on site here and sign up. Because we don't want to have all people showing up, and there's only 8 people allowed at each 45-minute, 50-minute session.
I'm curious to see the results, how many people sign up. It's a wonderful program. And
Yeah, it should be great.
hopefully
Yeah.
good, yeah.
It'll be very good. And everybody's going to leave with a little kit, so it's a wonderful. I was looking at it, all of us at the American Legion, we're almost like Vietnam guys, and it's like we probably need the CPR better than anybody, It's like, what else? Should teach each other.
Right.
Anyway.
Practice on each other. Practice on
Yeah,
each other.
just. Okay, the other things that we're talking about a program for behavioral mental health in the community, and part of it, one of the things we're working on is suicide prevention, which is an important and increasingly significant, troubling problem. So that's one of them, and the other one is a nutritional program under that grant money that we have. So they're all in the works. We've got some good plans for them. We just have to stay on top of the staff and make sure everything gets done as we would like to see it from the advisory board. And let's see, there's one other thing. Oh yeah, no, I mentioned that already. Good, that's it.
Great.
Thank you.
As always, thank you.
Quickest
Thank you for
report
that.
you ever had.
Thanks for everything you do, John. Always a pleasure to see you.
Same here. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, John. So, Mayor, then we'll move on to the next item,
Sure.
and that's discussions. I don't see anything on the agenda unless there's anything anyone would like to add.
I know.
No, I'm already prepared to make a dual motion to end the Board of Health and go right into the regular meeting.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That motion moves forward. We'll move on then to the regular Township Council meeting agenda at this point. We've already done the open public meeting statement and so forth, so we can move right on to the address from the floor. Is there a motion to open to the public on the regular meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Is there anyone from the public wishing to speak now regarding the regular Township Council meeting?
Seeing and hearing none, I'll make a motion to close the public portion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Mayor, next on the agenda, we have a presentation, and this is to Michael Gartland for volunteer service.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. So, Councilman Grover is going to read the resolution, and then we'll have Mr. Gartland come up, and we'll shake everybody's hand and take a couple pictures. Come on up. Hey, have a seat right here in front of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Or stand there, whatever you prefer. If you want to sit, because we're going to read the resolution first,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
Me?
Ready.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Recognizing Michael Gartland for his volunteer services. Whereas community volunteering is an integral part of the spirit of the Township of South Brunswick.
Yeah.
And whereas we honor those who generously give their time and talents to improve their community. And whereas Michael Gartland is a lifelong resident of the Township of South Brunswick. As a child, he was enrolled in New Jersey's Early Intervention Program. Project Project Child, followed by the South Brunswick Preschool Handicap Program. Michael remained in the township school system until his graduation from South Brunswick High School. And whereas Michael has demonstrated positive citizenship by taking pride in his community. During the pandemic, Michael and his dad began a daily routine of a collection walk, where he began picking up trash that had been left in the street. He also separates the trash and recyclables into containers for curbside pickup. And whereas Michael's neighbors are impressed and grateful to Michael for taking pride not only in his own neighborhood, but also the area surrounding his neighborhood, including Freedom Trails, Stouse Lane, New and Ridge Roads. Now therefore be it resolved on this 20th day of March 2024 by the Township Council of the Township of South Brunswick, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, that we do here recognize and thank Michael Gartland for his dedication to the community. Congratulations.
Thanks so much. I enjoyed doing it in the neighborhood.
Come on, man. Why don't you give that to Michael?
It's like having a water.
Stay there, Michael, please. Michael, we want to come and shake your hand, give you the resolutions.
Sir.
We have a few little tools that might help you in your trade.
Thank you.
This is, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
This is a few little tools for the tree. We have a little grabber, we have a wonderful yellow hat. We want everyone to see you. A new vest
Yes.
and gloves.
Thank
This is all from us at the township, because we truly appreciate everything you do for the town.
Thank you. Thank you
sir.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You
Well
want to get a
deserved.
picture, Dan? Yes. Let's get a picture.
Yeah.
Come on, come here, township manager, right up here in front of everybody.
Hey.
You have my chair for a while, if you want to become the mayor.
Hey.
It's not a difficult position, it really isn't.
I'm going to take a picture of you guys. Thank you. Thank you.
I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight and seeing Michael get his resolution. It's wonderful. The community we have is just phenomenal.
Our neighborhood is beautiful because
We are.
of him.
Yes, it is. Thank
So,
you. Thank you.
Mr. Dukas can attest that when he was the truant officer, the juvenile officer, I was never the truant. You didn't have to take me away, did you? Okay, does anybody want to speak in behalf of Michael? We have just a minute or two. If they do, step up to the podium. Please, come up. Please, come on up. Join us for a minute.
Come here?
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't have anything erudite to say other than the fact that I appreciated the fact that they acknowledged my wife and myself, we're the birders, who used to do what they are doing, but we did not do anything close to what these two have been doing in terms of cleaning up the town. And we are very thankful
Yes.
to have them doing it rather than us for two reasons. Two reasons. One, I don't want to anymore, and they do a much better job.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Berger. Sure. Absolutely.
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank Kathy Duca, because if it wasn't for Kathy, this would not have been taking place. In addition, I'd like to thank the friends. In addition, I'd like to thank the friends and neighbors who have come out tonight to support our son, Michael. The whole room is full.
Yep.
mother and I have been on a diligent search to uncover Michael's gifts and talents. We found it when Michael observed our neighbors, the Burgers, and to go on their daily morning walks and collected the roadside trash they found. It was at this point we uncovered Michael's gift. From that point on, he would gather trash wherever it was, regardless of whether or not he had gloves or a grabber. He just needed to get it. His mother laid down the law. He must wear gloves, use a grabber, and at least 2 bags to collect what he found. After that, he was off. He was obsessed to get all the trash. It would bother him when we saw trash that would not have been picked up when we were driving in the car. He would immediately ask us, who's going to pick that up? We would give him an answer that would calm him down. And to keep him calm, he and I began our 2 daily collection walks. The bigger the area needed to be cleaned up, the better. He's doing this because he enjoys doing it. This means that he has motivation to keep going. And South Brunswick benefits because he is motivated to continue collecting trash with no signs of stopping. On behalf of Michael and his mother, I'd like to thank the Town Council for honoring our son. We are happy that Michael's obsessive gift has been and will continue to be a benefit to our town. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Gartland, well, just one, you asked earlier, and I just want to get it on record. We want to put a garbage can, and just tell us exactly where again, because we have the township manager, myself, I'm going to take notes.
Okay.
We're going to get this out there, and let's monitor it. So you wanted the garbage can, please, it was your idea, tell us.
Good. Thank you very much.
No, tell us exactly where you want it, so it's on record, please.
All right, because it's the parking lot on Ridge Road at Freedom Trail.
Perfect.
The reason is, believe me, I know all the places that garbage collects in this town.
Yep, I'm sure you do
And
that, yep.
when people park there, they do their drinking, and then they throw the beer cans or the liquor bottles into the weeds. My theory is if there's a can there, they might just put it in the trash. Maybe not, but if it's there, somebody's going to put it in there.
We're going to do that, because now I took the notes that I couldn't earlier.
All right, good.
So I'll make sure it happens. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And Michael, thank you again. So, anyone else wishing to say a few words?
I would just like to thank our town fathers and the ladies on the board for honoring Michael, recognizing our special citizens when they do such wonderful chores that make our community more beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Kathy.
Anyone else? Did the principal from the high school, I thought you wanted to say something, sir. I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but I just did.
I
Thank
didn't want
you.
to follow Mr. Garland, but just want to thank you for recognizing Michael. You know, Michael was an awesome student when he was at the high school. And every day when I drive through Ridge Road, through Monmouth Junction, on my way home, I see him and Dad out there in all types of weather, all different times of the day. And it really shows you his character. You know, at the high school we talk about core values, and Michael embodies them. And to name a few, respect, responsibility, kindness, and most importantly, service.
Yes.
And he's dedicated his time to doing that each day to beautify Monmouth Junction and South Brunswick as a whole. So, Michael, you know, I always say, once a Viking, always a Viking. Congratulations on being honored today.
Thank you, sir. Anyone? One more. All right.
To say who you are. Your full name and where you live. Go ahead.
I'm Trent Gerba, and I live in Monmouth Junction
On Stafford Road.
on 9 Stafford Road.
And what do you have to say to Michael?
Thank you.
Thank you for keeping our neighborhood beautiful. Michael, I'm Trent's mom, and I just want to say thank you for the fine example that you set for my son.
Anyone else? All right. Again, Michael, thank you for a job well done. And please keep up the good work. We all appreciate it. All right. And yet, no one has to stay for the rest of the meeting. It's pretty boring after this. But if you want to, we're all here, you know. It does get boring. Joe knows. Joe's listened to me for how many years? Babble on about stuff, Joe? A few years. Now we need Bernie. How are we going to get the balloons down? Hopefully somebody can reach.
They got strings on them.
Yeah, they got the strings.
I think we're okay. Hopefully somebody's taller to reach.
I can't. I'm vertically challenged.
There's always a chair to stand on. Mayor, do you want to get started? We'll
Sure.
just start
Yes.
moving on as they're slowly exiting the room.
Yep.
So,
We'll do the minutes.
Mayor, next on the agenda, we have the minutes of the March 20th, 2024 executive session and the regular meeting minutes. Mr. Camerata, you were not present.
Okay.
So if we can have a motion for those set.
Yep.
Motion by Ms. Grover.
I'll second.
Take care.
And Mr. Bierman seconded. And a roll call. Mr. Camerata.
Abstain.
Ms. Grover.
Yes.
And Mr. Bierman.
Yes.
Thank you. Next, we'll move on then to the executive session and the work session meeting minutes of April 3rd. Is there a motion to accept those minutes?
Yes.
And we have a motion and a second and a roll call. Mr. Camerata?
Yes.
Ms. Grover?
Yes.
And Mr. Bierman?
Yes.
Thank you. I would just ask if you can move out.
Not gonna work.
I mean,
That's all right.
Barbara,
Yeah.
we'll get through quick. Yeah, give me a minute. We'll get through real quick. I promise you. I'll get you home by 7. I promise.
I just don't know if you guys can hear me or what.
I can't hear anything.
It's for the people at home. They can't hear.
I'm not rushing. I just figured.
It's a big deal in this town, sorry.
Thanks.
Sorry for
Thank
what?
you.
Thank you.
That's the most people we had in an audience in a long time. It was good. It's nice to see a healthy community.
It was very nice. It was very, very
It
nice.
was.
Okay. I think we can move on then?
We
At
can.
this point? So next on the agenda, we have reports, and we'll start with Mr. Bidlack.
Okay. Just like to let everyone know, and I'm sure you know this, but I wanted to announce this at the meeting tonight. We are going to be starting our 2024 Veterans Recognition Street Naming Program on Saturday, May 4th at 11 a.m. The first dedication will be for Anthony Fusco, and that's going to be at the corner of J Court and Frida Lane. We intend on doing, right now we have scheduled 8 street dedications for the year. We'll do 2 in May, we'll do 2 in June, then we'll pick it up again. We'll take July and August off, and we'll pick up and do 2 again in September and October.
Great.
So we'll get 8 of those completed this
A little
year.
too hot in July and August? We learned our lesson?
We've done a few of them, and it's been scorching.
Yep.
And we'll make sure that we get everybody the schedule of when those dates are.
Great.
Okay? The second thing is the Arts Commission has hung new pictures out here in the municipal building lobby this week. This showcase is entitled Nature's Palette. This show will run from June 21st, and the Arts Commission is holding a reception this Friday evening from 6:30 to 8 here in the municipal building to showcase the display. Thirdly, I have some good news. We have officially received notification from the NJDOT fiscal year 2024 Local Freight Impact Fund that we've been awarded a grant for $4 million.
Yeah, really good.
That's in addition to, we also received this past year federal monies for about $800,000.
Yep.
So that would, that's us, will help the township greatly get that roadway completed. And we've also submitted again this year for federal funding for the roadway, so.
And
we're
it's just for 522.
That's
Yeah, for
522,
522,
section
yep.
1A from 130
Yeah, I know.
out to
Yeah,
Ridge
I-
Road.
yeah,
Yep.
it's just for the people out there.
Understood.
Yep.
So that's, that'll be the last leg of
That's it, yeah,
522
yeah.
to be completed. It's been a long haul, but hopefully we can
And
get
we
over the
need,
hump here and get
we
this
need to
done.
complete that.
That's all I have.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bidlack.
Mr. Womack?
We have not yet received our price. As you recall, I recommended we join together with other towns on the Middlesex County Municipal Joint Insurance
Yes.
Fund. And the amount we're going to pay to be part of hiring the forensic auditor is going to be based upon the amount that is alleged being due from us, et cetera. We don't have that number yet. As soon as we have it, I'll let you know. We'll go into an executive session and talk about it. I will be reaching out to everybody on some builder issues that I think probably we'll want to talk. I'll start with Deputy Mayor, the mayor when available, and speak with every council member so that we won't just go into a executive session. I'll start throwing stuff out that everybody's not ready for. So watch for my name popping up on your phones.
Okay,
Okay.
will do.
What's your name?
Actually, I think I blocked your number already.
Watch for an officer knocking at your door from North Brunswick.
Okay, thanks.
Mayor, I have no report.
Okay.
Ms. Grover?
I have a little bit. Thank you, Mayor. I wanted to
Take your time.
congratulate the officer, the new 5 officer, which they were promoted. And also the Arbor Day is coming this Sunday or Saturday, I'm not sure.
Sunday.
This Sunday.
This Sunday.
So please come and join us at Reichler Park.
Yep.
We will be planting a tree there. And I also attended the Rang Barse a Holi program, which was arranged by HASOC&J on April 13, and it was very well attended. We just recognized Michael Gartland for his community service. And I hope that we all learn something from him. Well, what a great kid. Congratulations and thank you.
Yep.
And that's all I have. Unbelievable.
Okay, I'm up.
Mr. Camerata?
I had a whole report. I'm going to throw it out because Brian said it had to be all congratulatory, so I'm going to go on that theme. No, seriously. An 8-year battle ended this week. That was really a great team effort by so many people in our community. I'm talking about DC and the compressor station. Transco Williams sent an email to FERC saying they were no longer pursuing it, that they were going to now stop asking for the license, so which means that even if they change their mind a year from now, 6 months from now, next week, they have to resupply again, start the whole process again, which is much more stringent, much more difficult to do at this point, because again, they put that originally in 8 years ago. So that's wonderful news. We're not going to have that compressor station over there. And just real quickly, I know this is a grave mistake when you start thanking people, but I'm going to have to try to thank some people. Princeton Manor stepped up to the plate. They had a great task force over there. South Brunswick stepped up to the plate. We had created a task force. We had Brian Fusco on there, Kevin Cochran, Dave Boyd, Jeff Howell. I mean, there's so many people. I'm just trying to think. With Franklin, we worked with Franklin. They had a wonderful task force also. ELC, Princeton Walk, and our legislators at the time, Senator Bateman, then Assembly Zwicker, and Jack Chigarelli. It was a real team effort from ground roots, grassroots, all the way up to the state legislators. But it just shows that if you put your mind to it and you organize and you provide scientific, empirical evidence as to why, and not just on emotion, not just a NIMBY problem, but a real problem, it works. We've had this a few times in the course over the last 20 years here. Route 92 was another example. That was something else we fought very hard to fight and stop, and we did. So, for all those people out there to commit hours and hours of their time to service, to keep this community as strong and as vibrant as it is, thank you. Because this was a fight that everyone said we couldn't win it, but we did. So congratulations to everybody. And then other than that, Route 1, talking about another victory. Route 1, Mr. Bidlack their DOT keeps saying they're going to be done having the Route 1 shoulder running project completed by the end of this year, hopefully by September. They're not, and we've had a history of DOT not always being very as open and forthright, so we requested a meeting. Thank you again, Brian. Even our PD is somewhat out of the loop this time, and after the first time, again, that was 6-7 years ago, they really need our input and advice. So we're going to be sitting down with them probably within the next month, and that's something very critical, something we need to do. It's a great benefit to the community. And last but not least, tomorrow night, we are honoring our EMS people through our Economic Development Committee. We're having a program over at the Grape Escape from 6 to 8. We're having safety demonstrations from the EMS, South Brunswick EMS, a silent auction, and all the funds are going to the EMS. And it's right now we're looking at least $10,000.
That's good.
So it's a good event. If you're able to come on out. We'll hope to see you there. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Camerata.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to add to that, other than I wish Michael well, and I see him every day. He walks right past my front yard, just every day. And just to add to Ann, the tree planting at Reichler Park on Sunday starts at noon. So come on out. It's usually a fun day. They'll have the Shade Tree Commission there, and they'll usually give out saplings or seedlings and all kinds of different things, some food. So hopefully we see you there. And thanks, everybody, for the reports. That's it. Madam Clerk, it's up to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. So we'll move on. Next on the agenda, we have ordinances for first reading. There's one item here tonight. It's item number 2024-10. This is amending Chapter 22 of the South Brunswick Township Code regarding lead-based paint inspections. Is there a motion to introduce ordinance number 2024-10?
Motion to introduce.
Second.
And a roll call. Mr. Camerata?
Yes.
Ms. Grover?
Yes.
Mr. Bierman?
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor. Next on the agenda, we have ordinances for second reading. They're here for a public hearing and final adoption. The first item is number 2024-6. This is an ordinance of the Township of South Brunswick and the County of Middlesex, New Jersey, reappropriating $1 million proceeds of obligations not needed for their original purposes in order to provide for the Edleys Lane Force Main rehabilitation. Is there a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
That motion carries. However, seeing no one here in the public, is there a motion to
close
close?
the public session.
Second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. Is there a motion then to finally adopt ordinance number 2024-6?
Motion to adopt.
Second.
And a roll call. Mr. Camerata?
Yes.
Ms. Grover?
Yes.
And Mr. Bierman?
Yes.
The second item here under ordinances for second reading is number 2024-7. This is amending Chapter 22 of the South Brunswick Township Code regarding requirement of residential resale certificate of occupancy. Is there a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That motion carries. Again, seeing no one here in the public, is there a motion to close the public portion?
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. Is there a motion then to finally adopt ordinance number 2024-7?
Certainly. Motion to adopt.
Second.
And a roll call. Mr. Camerata?
Yes.
Ms. Grover?
Yes.
And Mr. Bierman?
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor. Next on the agenda, we have the new business consent agenda. There are items number 1 through 22. Is there any item anyone would like pulled?
Yeah, I'd like to have, being that it's a resolution number 8 be pulled, please. 8, number 8.
Is there any other item to be pulled?
Not by me, thank you.
Okay, so if we can have a motion then to adopt, under the new business consent agenda, items number 1 through 7 and number 9 through 22.
So moved.
Second.
And a roll call. Mr. Camerata?
Yes.
Ms. Grover?
Yes.
And Mr. Bierman?
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor. And then we'll take that item that was pulled, which is number 8, and this is a resolution declaring April 2024 as Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
Right, as we historically do, this is worthy, very worthy to be read, which I will have the honor to do so. Whereas Sexual Assault Awareness Month and the observance of Denim Day, gotta make the print a little bigger here, are intended to draw attention to the fact that sexual violence is a widespread and has public health implications for every community member of the Township of South Brunswick, including a lifelong mental health impact. And whereas statistics indicate that every 68 seconds, someone is sexually assaulted in the United States, and every 9 minutes, that victim is a child. And whereas we must work together to educate our community about what can be done to prevent sexual assault and how to support survivors. And whereas staff and volunteers of the anti-violence and prevention programs in South Brunswick Township and throughout Middlesex County, including Middlesex County Center for Empowerment and the Sexual Violence Prevention Coalition, encourage every person to speak out when witnessing acts of violence, however small, and to challenge the social norms that continue to perpetuate a culture of violence. And whereas the New Jersey Sex Crimes Officers Association, Middlesex County Sex Crimes Liaison Officers, in connection with the Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office and the South Brunswick Police Department, are dedicated to ensuring the effective investigation and prosecution of sex crimes in our community through interagency collaboration and training. Whereas leadership, dedication, and encouragement, there is compelling evidence that we can be successful in reducing sexual violence in South Brunswick through increased awareness, prevention, and education focus on increasing gender equity, healthy relationships, bystander intervention, and holding perpetrators who commit acts of violence responsible for their actions. And whereas throughout the month of April, the Township strongly supports the efforts of national, state, and local partners, and of every citizen to actively engage in public and private efforts, including conversation about what sexual violence is, how to prevent it, and how to help our survivors connect with services, and how every segment of our society can work together to better address the implications of sexual violence. Now, therefore, be it resolved on this day, the 17th day of April, 2024, by Township Council of the Township of South Brunswick, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, that the month of April is hereby declared Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and to encourage residents to join anti-sexual violence advocates and support service programs in the belief that all community members must be part of the solution and sexual violence, and encourage everyone to observe Denim Day on Wednesday, April 24th, 2024. Motion to approve it.
Second.
And a roll call. Mr. Camerata?
Yes.
Ms. Grover?
Yes.
And Mr. Bierman?
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor. Next on the agenda, we have our second address from the floor. Clearly, there's no one here from the public, so we can probably move right on from there to the voucher list.
Motion to pay the bills.
Second.
And a roll call. Mr. Camerata?
Yes.
Ms. Grover?
Yes.
And Mr. Bierman?
Yes.
And there's
Motion
no
to adjourn.
Thank you.
And second, good night, everybody.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Good night,
Moving
everybody.
right along.
everybody.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
The only thing